What is going on?
What's going on, guys?
What's good, everyone? I'm your boy Mass,
And I'm Iggs.
and we are Woof Logik. This is Woof's Woof.
Or podcast.
This is our podcast, baby. We're here to give you guys some new content, some new topics, and let's go ahead and kick it off with. Well, we did see A Quiet Place yesterday, so maybe we go ahead and give you our reviews, spoiler free, if you can.
That's hard. You know what? I did want to bring it up though. There was one scene. I don't know if you saw. I think it was like in the second trailer. Like, you know that part with the generator.
Yeah.
So in the trailer, it was an old man that turned it off.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and I was like, because I remember that part in the trailer distinctively, and I never saw it in the movie. So I'm like, either did they switch it with that one dude, or was there a second generator scene and like it probably didn't test well and they cut it out?
No, I think they do that to kind of to hold back on any potential spoilers. So they do that a lot with Marvel too. Like they fake their trailers, a lot of scenes, or they'll throw in a scene and never put it inside the movie. And it's a marketing tactic that a lot of movies use for their trailers, at least.
So I never saw the second one. Did they in the second one? Did they like say that they can't swim, or like they can't go in water?
You know, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure at least they didn't say it in the first one.
No, they never really were like around like body of water.
Yeah, I don't remember if they've ever acknowledged that or pointed that out. But yeah, I mean. The second one's really good though. You should watch, man.
I do. I mean, I like this one. I will say, fuck that damn cat. That cat got them in so much stupid situations.
That's one of the critical parts of the movie, because a lot of people, they tend to, as of late, I don't know if you noticed, a lot of movies like they use cats now inside of them as kind of like a charming factor, and I mean, obviously, it leads to a bunch of unnecessary situations or avoidable scenarios, but because it's a cat, oh, it's so cute, like, oh, you can't let it go, you can't let it die, you can't leave it behind. So they always add that into movies nowadays, and I think I heard someone say that it's just become a trend now because girls, it brings in the girls or whatever.
That's fair. I mean, it was a cute cat. I mean, in all seriousness, not one time did that thing meow, and I'm like, it's not that smart.
Yeah, it's a little unrealistic on that part, but yeah, I've always wondered because it was realistic. Obviously, like the cat looks. Yeah. I don't know if it's CGI or if they actually have like a trained cat for this, because I know some movies they do use real dogs, and they're trained for pretty much acting. But as far as like just letting them do their thing, and it's kind of like weird because. I think I would imagine that for some scenes it is a real animal, and then some scenes they kind of like they use the animal until there's a certain maybe emotion they have to show, and then they CGI that part. Maybe I don't know. Technology is so crazy nowadays. Maybe that cat was just all CGI, honestly.
That'd be crazy.
Because I've never heard of a cat being trained like that for movies. Only dogs.
Yeah. There was this one scene. It's not necessarily like a funny movie, and that part wasn't even supposed to be funny, but. That part where like they're up there in the stairs and that food, and his face after I just was not expecting to see that kind of face.
That show's funny. No, but yeah, I think it's for sure not the best out of the three though. But I give it probably like a 6.8 out of 10. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
There's some fat they could have trimmed off. For sure.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. There was a couple slow parts.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe just because we watched the super late showing, but. There's a couple parts that kind of dragged a bit, and I didn't really like what's his face. I didn't like his character much.
The John Quinn guy or something.
Yeah, only because they didn't utilize him like to his full potential. Like they put him in super late into the movie, which is kind of weird.
Yeah,
and then I don't know. I just felt like that bond was super not forced, but it didn't feel natural. Like between him and her, just suddenly she just snapped out of her stubbornness and just accepted him. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
it didn't seem realistic because you put yourself in that situation. You're out and you're on your lonesome and you don't trust people to begin with, and you're already skeptical about all that, or you're afraid of someone ruining it for you, like causing attention. I'd highly doubt she would just automatically just snap out of that and be like, okay, I'll accept you. I'll take you in. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I wouldn't be that way, at least. I feel like in those post-apocalyptic, scenarios, it's really hard to trust people And they show that in the second one.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard to trust people.
Well, I mean, even that, and then that part with the in that latter scene, like obviously, everyone knows what the deal is. Everyone shut the fuck up, and this fool obviously, yes, they. I mean, well, it's not. It was in the trailer, so yes, they blow up the bridges. So it seems pretty bad right now. But then this fool, all of a sudden, he decides to just start screaming out of nowhere. Now you're compromising everybody.
Oh yeah, that fool is retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it was still a cool movie. I would for sure recommend it if you're into that whole universe. The one I feel we were cheated out of the universes was the Cloverfield one. They did put out sequels, but it has nothing to do with the first one.
Yeah,
and it's super. I don't know. I feel like they could be their own universe, but they somehow found a way to combine them all.
Yeah, I remember there was like there's like a whole bunch of series of like found footage, like horror, like monster films I thought were cool. That one.
I think Cloverfield's the one that blew it up.
Yeah, for sure. There's one where it was like a girl trapped in an apartment complex, like
Quarantine.
That
one was pretty cool. But I think I tried to watch it back recently and it didn't hold up.
Damn.
So I didn't finish it. I probably was like 20, 30 minutes in. Maybe I didn't give it a good enough chance either, but I don't know. Because I do remember like that was a movie that I did like a lot back then, but it was like maybe 2008.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, found footage films. This one's not found footage, but found footage films in general, they for sure had a good run. Paranormal Activity, Blair Witch Project.
Yep.
Did you like the reboot of the Blair Witch? I guess
I did. I mean, because it was kind of like a reboot / sequel of the original one.
Yeah.
It was
that first one was not scary, bro. And maybe it was for its time when it came out, but the first one was not scary. The ending is creepy though.
It is. And I'm sure like, back in the day, because it was released like late 90s. So like, there wasn't a whole lot of like, that's like the first, I think it was like the first one ever to be done like in a found footage style. Like they did, like the way they like rolled it out was so crazy because it made it look like it was real.
Yeah.
Even the actors, like they didn't really necessarily have like a script. They just kind of like, all the camera crew like literally hid away. Like there was like recorded them secretly, and the guy was like, he would leave them a piece of paper telling them, okay, this is what you're gonna do today, and then just go off that. They would give them minimal amounts of food just to actually have them like disoriented a bit. So I thought that was cool, but I did see it again, and I was like, I don't know. Like the ending was creepy for sure because I was like, well, what the hell?
Yeah.
Did you ever see they did like a direct to DVD sequel to it, and that one was garbage.
I think I seen the poster for it, and yeah, I didn't bother.
It was terrible,
especially back then. Direct to DVD or whatever, those movies never did well.
No.
Like they for sure did that with valid reason. But nowadays, you get direct to streaming, and it's pretty decent quality films half the time. Sometimes there are booty ass movies, but yeah, nowadays, you could make a movie under a cheap budget. But the one thing I don't like is that there's CGI on everything. Like the whole background could be CGI, and like so the only thing that's not CGI is the actors, and they're in front of a green screen the whole time, and everything behind them is all CGI or whatever. And I actually seen it was a post on X. It was kind of like an example of how crazy how much they could create a whole scene and it's all CGI. And I don't know if you've seen it, but it's pretty much this guy. I think he's in some type of like Harry Potter looking ass scene, and he's walking slowly. He gets into like a fake elevator, and then you see it's showing both sides back and forth. So the green and then the green screen one, and then what's happening in the movie.
Oh,
and so they show him walking while everything in the background's being changed, and then he gets into some elevator, and then it goes down, and you just on the green screen side you just see him just standing there, just kind of like tapping his toes, looking up in the air, just kind of like waiting for the elevator to stop.
Yeah.
So then the scene goes back to where he gets to the next spot. He walks out. He's like, you see like a fucking truck drive in front of him, and he pretends to like dodge it.
Yeah.
And but that truck goes in front of him. So it's crazy to see like, that they can create behind and in front and left and right, all that. And this guy just in his head, reenacting it, like acting like it's all happening.
When I was going to film school, I was like, I went there to be an editor, but that part of the things that really did interest me was like the whole like VFX stuff, like apartment.
Yeah, VFX is dope for sure, but we just need a good balance with prosthetics and VFX.
Yeah, when it's too much, I'm like, all right, it kind of takes away from the whole movie because it just feels fake.
It's crazy, man. You know, there was also an example of how movies know how to create a background. What I'm trying to say is they know how to fill in the space in the background. Which there's a scene. I forget which movie it is and which actor, but he jumps out through the window. So you see from the camera angle, you see from a distance. It goes from him jumping out the window, hopping all the way down some shit, and then landing on the floor and continuing a conversation with someone all in one shot. Like it's all like zooming out. And then while they're talking, you know, obviously the camera's up close to the conversation, but in the background, you still see people like working, pretending to be in the background, like doing their jobs, like obviously looking casual and shit. But it's just crazy that, you know, nowadays you wouldn't get all that him hopping out a window and all that. It would all be CGI, you know?
Yeah. And I'm like, is that really like, is that like is that because it's cheaper or is it just easier to do? Or is it people just kind of get like lazy to do it?
It's cheaper, bro. It has to be, you know. Think about it. If it was real, you would have to hire actors. It'd probably take longer too because you got to make sure everything's in sync.
Yeah.
And then you got to create the whole, you know, fake buildings. Whereas with computer generated shit, you just animate it.
That's true.
Yeah, it's probably, you know, a lot cheaper, but you also got to find the right people to create all that shit, which is kind of the issue going on nowadays. It's like you're overworking people, you're having to do reshoots and it's kind of taking up too much of their time. You know, they're fucking sleep deprived because they have to keep redoing stuff for the movie, and they just feel like they're not paid enough, which probably they're not. You know, the movie business for sure likes to chew people and spit them out.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing for sure. I was like taught over there is like, you know, there's not really a whole lot of money to be made if you're just like an average Joe in the movie business. A lot of it's in like advertisement or like stuff like that. Like if you actually just want to make movies, then good luck. You're on your own for that stuff.
Yeah, like have you seen the end of Marvel movies? The trailers, not the trailers, the credits. When it comes to the VFX section, you see a fucking whole ass
list,
bro. It's like it goes on and on and on.
It's like a whole ass graduation.
Yeah, exactly. So it's crazy to think like, and that's probably divided by groups per scene. You know.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy how movies have changed. I miss when movies used to open up with credits where it's kind of showing like the starring cast names. While like something's going on, whether it be an actual live action thing or just like animation, like
with the early Spider-Man films, they did that. I can think of the Seed of Chucky. I remember they did that one.
Oh yeah, bro. When I first watched it, I did not know what the fuck I was watching.
Yeah, bro. Like it was. There was a lot of jokes that just like flew by me just because I was a kid at the time and I didn't understand shit.
Well, I'm talking about mainly the opening credits.
Well, yeah, that too. Like that specifically, I didn't know it was a freaking sperm or anything. I really didn't. And then there's just like a lot of adult jokes into it that I didn't get personally.
Yeah.
Until I watched it much later.
You just remember the scene with the opening scene where the girl's getting killed in the shower.
Yeah. That one, or I think it was like Britney Spears, where he kills her in the car.
Yeah, and the red man gets his guts dropped.
Yeah,
they're all steaming. Yeah, man. Chucky has his. That's an interesting ass franchise right there.
Yeah,
I definitely do miss when it was like scary. You know, mainly scary based. Because Child's Play, I think 3 is my favorite, the military one.
Yeah, same.
But one, it is scary, but it's kind of like, you know, cheesy scary some parts.
Yeah,
it's kind of like funny now. And then, but not intentionally. And then 2, I don't know what it is with 2, but it just kind of like, it's just a blurry memory. But I know the whole, I know what it's all about. You know, he gets adopted. He has that new stepsister or whatever.
Oh, that was 2?
It's the warehouse one.
Yeah. And I think, was that the part where the teacher gets hurt?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the fucking closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's what pisses me off about scary movies too. Is like ain't no one believes the kids.
Nobody.
Yeah, but you know, movies. Horror movies actually right now, I think they're starting to trend towards TV shows.
In what way?
So Friday the 13th apparently is gonna get a TV show, but not not solely based on him in his final form, like the whole hockey mask. I guess it's gonna be like the Camp Crystal Lake,
Oh wait, I did see that. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool. So it's kind of like that Bates Motel thing.
Yeah. And then I guess they're working on some type of agreement or partnership for fucking Freddy Krueger too.
Well, wasn't he like a
Wait, did I mix those up? Friday the 13th is Jason, right?
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, yeah. So Nightmare on Elm Street, because the whole, I don't know, the way the whole ownership worked, because of Wes Craven, how he died.
He did?
Yeah. Bro, he died like a long time ago.
Dude, I didn't know. I thought he was still alive.
Yeah, so because of that, the whole rights of some movies with studios, it's all like, they're kind of like a tug of war thing right now, I think, with his family and the movie studios. Like his family's trying to get it back from Universal, I believe.
Yeah, I remember when they did that Nightmare on Elm Street remake, and it was for first and foremost, it was just hard to see plainly. Like the whole thing was so dark that even when I saw it in theaters, I'm like, what the hell's going on right now?
It's because, bro, at the time it was 2009, 10?
Yeah, like around there. Yeah,
I think at that time, bro, like Twilight had a big influence on movies. The way the whole color grading and everything.
Yeah.
Like, everything just felt like dark at that time. And the same thing with Final Destination. Like, I don't know. I feel like there was a color grading thing going on at that era where, that was just a style, I guess. And, but yeah, man, that movie is weird. The script was weird.
Yeah.
That fool was a rapist or a child molester.
I do remember in the original, it was hinted that they accused him of that at least.
Yeah.
Or because I think he was wrongly killed, but in that remake, they flat out just say he was actually a rapist.
Yeah, like he was like a custodian or something.
Yeah, he was a custodian, and like and in the originals, I think some girl lied and said he was, and then the whole town was like, "Oh, let's burn him down." When he actually didn't do it. Although I could be wrong. Like it's been a while since I've seen the originals.
Yeah,
and those are like my favorite. Like that's my favorite movies. So it's the Nightmare on Elm Street. Even like a lot of the sequels are mad cheesy. Like, and it makes sense because there's like a huge documentary that was on Netflix that talked about all the movies. So like, Wes Craven only directed the first and the third one, and so every other one was made by somebody else. And like, so I had like different scripts and whatnot, and so like it didn't really quite make sense. But that's kind of why, if you ever watched the first and the third one, that's like why it sounds like they look really good and everyone else just looks kind of dumb.
Yeah. We need more crossovers like Freddy vs. Jason, man.
Yeah, but
that movie was my shit back then. I don't know what it is. Maybe I just thought it was super cool that even happened. But because apparently that movie's dog shit.
I mean,
as far as critically, like it was cheeks.
I remember I got in trouble. Well, not in trouble because we're all watching it. I was in trouble. We were all watching it at Alex's house back in the day, and it was like daytime, and it was that scene where they're at Camp Crystal Lake and they're all getting like fucked and shit, and their titties are all out, and I'm like, yeah, look away. I'm like, what do you want me to do? This is my first time seeing the movie. I didn't know this was gonna happen.
No, what's funny is when that fool gets slammed with the bed.
Oh,
like
yeah.
backwards, like
like a whole ass sandwich.
Yeah, bro. I feel like it was never mind. But yeah, those movies though, I feel like we need more of that shit. Like,
yeah, who would be the crossovers down though? Because those were like specifically like the main reason they did it was because they're like, at the time they were like the biggest like horror film franchises at the time.
All right. Well, I'll get to the crossover ideas. But do you remember when, by chance, do you remember the whole marketing behind Freddy versus Jason? Like they would actually have them be like in TRL or some shit like that.
No,
like or same thing with Chucky. Like they would make like commercials with him.
You know what? I very vaguely.
Yeah. I miss those, bro. Like when they actually were creative with it. And,
yeah.
Like, they used to have like Chucky and Tiffany like make commercials. Like I don't know if it's for MTV or what, but yeah, I miss that era, man. But okay, back to crossover ideas. Well, one of the popular ones when I was a kid, on Google Images and rumors and all that, that was a big thing back then. Chucky and Leprechaun, because they're both tiny ass fools.
That'd be funny.
And they're both low-key, they're humorous.
Yeah.
And then let's see, we got Michael Myers and maybe Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Leatherface.
I can see that.
Michael Myers and Leatherface. I don't know. I never really give a fuck about Hellraiser.
Me either. I didn't.
He just looked creepy though.
Yeah, but the movies were kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I'd obviously have to be more. It can't be like none of the spiritual stuff, like paranormal activity or any of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I know one of the big ones, or actually let's see, what are some group ones? There's the Killer Clowns, and what other group is there?
The Children of the Corn.
Man, that movie was whack. I didn't really like those that much.
I'm not lying. The first one fucking scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. Yeah, like really bad. I was like, what the fuck, kids? The kids are going crazy. And like there's this like part in the beginning where they put the hand in some guy's like in the blender, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And I'm like, okay, I can't be watching this. I gotta turn this off.
Bro, look-y, my dumbass almost did that. Not with the blender, but with the food dispenser or disposal.
Mike, no.
Like I had it on. I don't remember what I was reaching for, but there was something in there, and I was literally about to put my hand in there, and Kitty was like, "What are you doing,
dude? You just fucking reminded me." All right, what are some intrusive thoughts because I thought about this the other day. I was like, damn, this is a good topic to bring up in the pod. But like, what are some intrusive thoughts that you've thought of in your life? You're like, damn, that's actually really dumb. Why would I think that? Like the example everyone always thinks of is always just swerving off the road or like just ramming into somebody in a car just because like that's a very popular one everyone always has. I guess the food processor would be one for you too.
I've definitely had a lot of those, but I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's kind of dark.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, everyone has intrusive thoughts, but they never let them. But it is funny when you do see like all the memes, like his intrusive thoughts won over. Like specifically, like there's like that one video where that guy is getting like I think it's like a stripper dance on stage, and he's like, "Fuck!" So he starts taking down his pants, and security has to come get him.
I don't know, bro. I mean, it's kind of like a super open-ended question because it can go so many routes, and I feel like I just have too many intrusive thoughts already to begin with, and so I don't know. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Like jumping out the car while I was driving.
Yeah, like
just going and
I've had those
because I just want to experience like that rush. See it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The people in the movies can survive it, so why can't I? Huh?
I mean, I've had like one where I don't know why a lot of it's car related. Maybe it's just because where you spend so much time in cars, just like mundane. Like, damn, what would happen if I did this? Is like just like jumping over a car. You know how you see people try to do that? Like I always have the ideas of just like, damn, what if I could do that?
Oh, the ramp or the fucking those tow trucks, the ones that take multiple cars. You go off of it like in GTA.
Or if I like go under a truck and just like see if I could do it. But then there's like
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I always thought when I saw that, damn, that'd be fucking cool.
Oh, that shit did look sick, but I bet you it was done with movie magic. Like the truck was higher than it usually is, or the car is lower. Like
I think it was, or I think it was on bags, so like they lowered the bags and they was able to go under the truck. Yeah,
well, I think even though it was on bags, I definitely think that truck had to be lifted too because I've done the eye test and I'm like, okay, even if the car was at its lowest, I don't think it would still fit under that bitch.
Nah,
and especially with the flaps that are under it.
Yeah,
like they had to remove the flaps, I'm sure, and all that.
Yeah, I rarely see a truck without the flaps.
Yeah, on the sides, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I have some dumbass thoughts for sure though.
Yeah, I mean, I wish, damn, because I remember what sparked this, but I can't remember the one I thought of where I'm like, damn, this would be funny to say on the podcast. Because I immediately forgot about it because I was gonna write it down like you were earlier, and I just never did, and I just completely forgot it until you brought it.
What sucks is that the best ones are the ones you shouldn't say out loud.
I know.
So that's why I'm not going there for sure.
Yeah.
Back to the crossover stuff though. Now that we have like Annabelle and shit, there's like new dolls in town.
There was another doll like Annabelle, but it was like a guy doll. I forget his name. And he's like in you could actually go visit
Dead Silence or no?
No. Like I'm talking like an actual one because you know how like Annabelle's based off the little like there's actually another one like that, but it's a boy doll. I can't remember his name because I remember I listened to a horror podcast and you actually could go see him because like he's owned by family, but you like people come see him, pay and see him, but you have to like there's specific rules you have to do to like you have to like greet him, like be mad respectful. If you're like a dick towards them, like you got, I want to not necessarily bad things to happen to you, but you start feeling like sick and like
like karma type shit.
Yeah, like immediately like you just start feeling uneasy, like things start, and then like you kind of have like some bad luck and stuff. But then like there's like a whole it's like a whole Annabelle thing, but for like a boy doll. I forget what the hell's his name. And I'm like I'm pretty sure that one could be a cool one too.
So there, we also got Terrifier the Clown. Is there like a counter to that guy?
Which one? Who's that?
Terrifier the fucking what's his name?
Was that the one that Katie painted on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pumpkin?
It's from the Terrifier movie, but he has a name. Something the Clown. I don't know.
Bozo the Clown.
Bozo the Clown. No, but are you scared of clowns?
I'm not scared of them.
You know what I'm scared of, bro? Those fucking the fucking Mexican carnival clown fools.
Yeah, they're all just
those face paints would be scaring the fuck out of me.
They're a bit much.
I think when I was more so when I was a kid for sure.
Yeah,
but yeah, they've always creeped me out. Those Mexican carnies.
Yeah, I mean, because as far as clowns out, no, like I think they're actually cool now. But when I was a kid, I didn't find them how they looked scary, but they're always up in your face. I'm like, man, chill out.
I think mimes are scarier. Is that how you say mime? Yeah, mime.
Mimes.
Yeah, those are probably creepier.
I don't think I've ever met like an actual mime before, just like from the movies and stuff.
There's got to be a fucking horror movie based around a mime. One day, watch.
I mean, they did one based off of like drowning and being in water in a pool, and I'm like that one. And that movie sucked. I mean, it was a cool idea, but the execution was just terrible.
Have you ever seen My Bloody Valentine?
I did. I wanted to like it but even when I was a kid, I thought it was kind of cheesy.
I was about to ask, is there like a since 4th of July is coming up, is there like a 4th of July, horror character?
No, not that I can.
I guess the closest thing is probably the Purge Anarchy movie when it was based around kind of like presidents. Oh my God, that reminds me, Joe Biden.
Dude,
that's just crazy, bro. The fact that we're even in this situation with Joe Biden, Trump.
I'm impartial. Like
at this point, bro, if it's between these two, Trump, I don't care.
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck. That fool's just too old, man. He needs to retire. Like there's a reason why there's a retirement age, and you can clearly see it, man. He just doesn't have all his marbles. Yeah. And I'm like thinking like Democrats. This is your guy. You could go. Oh, because they didn't like when they have like Democrat and Republicans, the primaries, before that they all have like they get to choose like, or who's gonna be our guy. And the Democrats are like, nah, we're gonna stick with Biden. And I'm like, really? You're gonna stick with him?
Yeah.
He's old as hell. Like he's like stuttering. Like he's like spacey now. He looks like Salvatore Ganacci sometimes. He's like,
yeah, man. I don't know about this one. This presidential election is booty cheeks. Why we're in this position, I don't fucking know. We need a new Democrat to be the face of the party. Otherwise,
I honestly just want someone competent. We like
at the very fucking least.
Like as far out of the many things Trump has said that I just thought was out of pocket. The one thing I kind of has is like, man, like the last like 8 years has just kind of been a joke. Like people like we're a laughing stock in the world. People don't take it serious.
Facts. I wonder who's gonna be up front office like after Trump and Biden, because I don't know shit about any of these.
I don't either, and that's kind of what the there was this one dude, damn. Okay,
I can't believe we let Bernie Sanders slip off our hands, man.
Yeah, but he's too old now too.
Yeah, he is too old now too, which is the problem, but we could.
There should be like an age limit as well, like an age.
I think they need to lower the age requirement.
Yeah.
Well, how old is it? Like
35.
35?
35 is the minimum age.
Oh, I thought it was 45.
No, or it might be 30. It's 35 or 45, but there should be an age cap. Like once you pass this age, you should have like a physical or some kind of mental evaluation to see if you're good or not, because it's a mentally wearing job. Like
yeah, it is 35.
When our good old friend Barry, when he entered office, he looked young.
Yeah,
he had like great,
I think
all black hair, and then by the end of office, he looked just tired, man. He was grayed out. Like that job wore him out. Who
would you so let's say there is an EDM community or EDM what am I trying to say? Let's just say there's like an EDM front office. Who would you vote to be our president of EDM? Like how the whole industry
as far as DJs goes?
Yeah, like a DJ. Like
okay.
Well, all right. The easy answer would be fucking Pasquale, right?
Yeah.
But let's go with DJ based. Like who do you feel is the most mature and who can handle like, or who do you trust to continue on like the cultural,
in terms of like EDM?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like whose hands do you think?
I think it has to be somebody that was a raver first and foremost, someone that like grew up in the scene and built their way up. Just because I think they'll feel more towards the scene about it.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go Tiesto because he's like
For
accepting of all genres. You know?
I think it would be Tiesto because like he's literally one of the OGs in the game. He's been there for literally everything. He loves the scene so much. He's not afraid to adapt because he's
been doing it for decades and decades. I don't even think he's taken a pause really or a break.
Never.
And he's been diversing his musical sets.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think like, man, because I know he's a producer first and foremost, but sometimes I think because of how busy he is and like so like, is any of like his new tracks like actually him, you know, or is it just like like you know like he gets like ghostwriters and stuff? Not like saying he's like he
I'm
does
sure
that,
co-producers for sure, because like once you get to that status, you have to have like co-writers, co-producers. Like it just seems like that's just how it works.
Yeah, because I'm not saying he can't. Like some of my favorite trance tracks of like is early TSO tracks.
Yeah.
But I like even like the avenue he's doing now. He does like he's getting into the Latin stuff. Like he has that song with he has 2 songs with Karol G and they're both pretty popping.
Well, think about it, bro. So we're Woof Logik and let's say you know, we've made a dubstep tracks, right?
Yeah.
So if you were to tap into house music and you killed it, what do you think made you are you gonna think that people are gonna accuse you of not making that music? Because think about Tiesto, bro. He's been producing for years and years and years.
Yeah,
like, who's to say he doesn't have all the time in the world to learn?
He might be. I don't know. I don't. Obviously, we just see what we see on Instagram. Which is always just shows. So I don't know if he ever has the free time. He probably does. And
I'm sure on the planes, you know, a lot of producers produce.
Hey, I give props to people that can produce like in planes because I've tried producing in a car before and I get mad car sick. So
okay, that's too much motion though.
Yes, but like so like maybe I have yet to try it on the plane. Maybe when I go to Mexico, maybe I'll try it. But like it just seems like I'll just get dizzy. So I give props to people that can do that.
Well, I've it's not really the same, but I've curated some sets or like done the playlisting stuff on there, and then same thing with like with fucking editing. I not recently, but I've for sure edited on the plane before too, so it's not too hard, honestly.
Is it? I mean, it is pretty still, I guess. Yeah, because the car. All right, so
you just got to be in the zone too, and then not sleepy.
So our president is TSO. Who's his VP?
I was gonna say Armin, but I don't know.
I feel like they would be like running like not mates, but they would like clash
against each other. So I think Tiesto would probably be the Republican, and then Armin's the Democrat.
Yeah, and it's funny because they're both Dutch.
Aside from those foods, who do you think would be like good potential candidates?
For president?
Yeah.
Okay, I would say like I don't want to say he's like the villain or anything, but I just say like he's the one. I'm like, damn. Where everyone has like a really controversial opinion, especially now, is Deadmau5.
I know. I knew you were going there.
I mean, I could already feel like, man, he just would have like the wild. He even has a wild take right now as far as music. We'll get into that, but I feel like as far as the presidency go, he'd just be going all crazy about the EDM stuff.
Yeah. Well, what about Cascade? Maybe.
I feel Cascade. He'd be like that. What's that one party everyone always tries to make a third party? Like the Green Party or the Libertarian, or he's like independent.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
He's that little 3%.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Yeah, no. I think I see where you're going with that Deadmau5 one, but just going based off of what we just heard, like I don't know if he's a good candidate because
I don't either.
So Deadmau5, he was interviewed. And he kind of opened up about not really being into EDM.
Was that like a podcast by chance?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, because if it is, I want to listen to the whole thing tomorrow.
Yeah, we only saw a clip, so I'm sure we'll find it right now or later. But he pretty much admitted that, you know, he's not really into EDM or really necessarily the culture. Like he just enjoys the production side of it because it brings up new challenges for him,
like the science of making a music song, like from a technical standpoint. That's what interests him, like not necessarily like if the song is necessarily good or not.
Yeah. So I mean that's an interesting point of view, perspective.
That's a crazy take because like I can't count how many people have like looked up to him in his music and like fall in love with his music to turn even like into artists themselves, like Rez and stuff like. And for him to just kind of just say that, like, oh yeah, I don't really like fuck with EDM music like that.
So like I all right. So here's the thing with him. I feel like he kind of just says the most, like he says something super controversial on purpose. I feel like because
oh yeah, for sure.
Because I've seen the good side of him, and he shows like a completely opposite. Like you wouldn't even think the two are the same. He's one of those that are just, sorry if you watch this and you take offense to it, but he's one of those that I feel like he just gives off that like tough or like non, like he just gives off that persona where he just doesn't care. He's whatever, like grumpy old man type shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see those you see that side of him where he's like a sweet dude, where he's like, and
I mean, when his cat died, bro, the whole community like was surrounded him because they loved that cat just as much as him. It was a big part of his like brand, and you know when his cat died, I was like, damn, R.I.P. little kitty. I forget his name. I think I forget his name, but even I was sad because I knew about that cat.
Yeah, he reminds you of Eustace from fucking Courage the Cowardly Dog, or Eustace, however you pronounce it.
Yes.
Because like, man, he has that soft side of him, bro. It just takes the right moment to bring it out of him.
Yeah.
But
that's why I always think it's funny how like him and Cascade are like the bestest of friends, and I'm like
they're completely different.
They're so, but I mean
I think it has to do with respect and just like the fact that Cascade doesn't fall into those EDM like cliches, or he doesn't.
You know what? It's funny. It's more like you know, like have you seen how Tom Segura and like Bert Kreischer, if you ever catch their podcast, it's kind of like that. Like how Tom's like chill out and crazy, and then Bert's like this, like
the yin yang thing.
Yeah, but they're like the best as friends. I think it's funny.
I think with Deadmau5 is he has a lot of respect for people that create waves.
Yeah.
So once he's seen that and they show longevity, and he sees that they don't change because like they don't let anything change them as a human. Like I think he has a lot of respect with that.
Yeah.
He respects people more so for their actual like I guess personality, and I don't know. That's just what I've noticed at least. Because he doesn't hang out with like young kids or people with young immature mindsets.
Nah, not really. I'm sure like as far as just trying to get to know him, that's probably one of the toughest things to do.
Yeah. So I think with Deadmau5. I was, hearing that, I was like, okay, I understand you because sometimes, I don't listen to EDM either. I'll just be listening to other shit. Like, I'll go long periods of times without listening to EDM.
Oh, for sure. Same. Even at work, like most of the time, I rarely listen to music. It's mostly just podcasts.
And then when I do listen to EDM, it's not like a hard, heavy hitting banging shit. Like, nothing in our sets. It would be shit like super soft or melodic or euphoric, like cinematic even. And that's the type of EDM I'll listen to. But, so I was kind of understanding it, but then once the interviewer was bringing up like, oh, what about like the community and stuff like that, and he didn't say yes, I was like, all right, that's where he lost me because, that's the people. Those are the people that built you.
I also think I think he's just capping just to say that. I've seen him like there's like I think there was recently a video clip where he was playing a show and he saw someone. Everyone loves to make a Deadmau5 sound. I think it's really cool. I think it's probably one of the coolest thing about his whole brand is people like love and respect him so much that they'll like make his own like paper mache Deadmau5 head, and sometimes people go crazy with it. And he saw one at one of his shows, and he's like, "Let me see that hat." And he threw it on. He played with the show. It's like I know he loves his fans.
He probably loves his fan base, but not the EDM community.
You know what
because they're pretty different.
That's probably it.
Yeah, because a lot of the EDM community, especially with newer generations, they just get like, I don't know, super obnoxious and loud and like ignorant to the whole culture and shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of understand him, but at the same time, I feel like he could have held back on some of that info.
Yeah, I mean, there was that podcast that recently, and then remember that he did one with Cascade where he was just, I think it was for like Apple or Apple Music or something. I forget exactly who it was, and even then he was like saying something out of just not out of pocket stuff, just like stuff like, damn, you really saying that right now? And then even like Cascade was like, what's it? Deadmau5 chill.
Yeah, well, that guy's for sure one of a kind.
He really is. He's one of one. You can't deny. Like, he's like, and then maybe that's why another reason why people like him so much, because he's uniquely himself to whether people like him or hate him. Then that's Deadmau5. You're not gonna get anything else different.
Facts. Did you see that Hawk Tuah girl was brought up by Zach Bryan?
Dude, you said she's like
Hawk Tuah.
She's getting so much like I want to say clout, just she's blowing the hell up over like that very, very funny comment. I genuinely thought she was. I don't know if she was being serious or not. I thought that was super funny when she said that shit because it was just so it was so crazy.
Hey, I'm just happy it came off super natural and it wasn't like it didn't feel like it was what am I saying? It didn't feel like it was planned beforehand. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
No, it was. I was actually gonna bring it up right now because I saw on Twitter right now Shaq posted the picture of it, like, oh, guess who I'm with, and it's a Hawk Tuah girl.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn, bro. Yeah, I mean, fuck it. You know, she's one of the lucky ones. You know, what comes with blowing up a lot of time is just being lucky. You know,
Yeah.
Right place, right time.
But at that point, when you kind of blow up or something like that, do you ride the wave or you kind of just let it like ride out?
You ride the wave, but you also got to capitalize on
Yeah.
it. You got to like actually show you have some form of talent, and otherwise otherwise you're always gonna be criticized for your fame and why you even have this. Because that's what happened with Bad Baby. That's why I respect Bad Baby, because she capitalized on all the clout she was getting.
Yeah.
Whether it's talent or not, she still put in some form of work to become a rapper.
Yeah.
And influencer or whatever, and make money off of it. I can't be mad at that. But when it's like people like there's some people that I'm trying to find a good example, and I don't know what his slogan is, but there's this one guy that blew up off of he has like fucked up teeth. He's African American. And I don't think he's all there, maybe, but he's there enough to know to charge people for pictures and shit.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, he's this guy. He blew up, I think, during TikTok, and I don't think he's all there. Like, he's probably has some type of maybe not Down syndrome, but like, I don't know, autism maybe.
Yeah.
He has fucked up teeth, but he always walks around with a team of I'm assuming like a manager or something. Oh, for example, long neck.
Oh yeah.
So that long neck dude, like, so I don't respect those types of people where they just pretty much capitalize on what they blew up for, and they just charge people for maybe a future or for pictures, autographs. Like, those are the types of people that they don't deserve that fame.
Yeah, that's true.
But people like Bad Baby is fine. This Hawk Tuah girl, I don't know what she's gonna do. The yodeling kid, he capitalized on it. He started making music and shit. So I guess you just gotta go that route if you want to earn respect. So now that we're in summer, the midst of summer, now that we're in fucking July, it's pretty much festival season all around. I think DEF CON just happened.
Yes.
DEF CON just happened.
Would you ever want to go?
Yeah.
I didn't know it's like a whole week of hard dance.
Weekend.
No, it's a whole week of hard dance.
They probably changed it because I'm sure back then it wasn't like that. But
no, I don't think so either. But it's like a whole ass week of hard dance.
That's dope. Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to go to other festivals around the world because it's different, bro. Those stage designs are freaking crazy in other festivals.
Yeah.
They don't just do the whole LED panels and shit like that. They do actual figures and shit.
Yeah.
Or they have like themes based around their stages. That's why it's Tomorrowland coming up. I really love their stage design.
It is, isn't it, this month or something?
Yeah, this month. I really enjoy their stage designs, and they have like fucking 10 stages probably.
Yeah.
I looked at the app one time, and it's like it's so hard to find the artist because they don't care about organizing it by like main stage and like going in order from biggest to smallest.
Yeah.
Like, it's all mixed up, and so it's hard to find those artists that you really enjoy, and especially when you're. So if you guys didn't know, like, if you heart artist and they're on one stage, and you heart pretty much on every stage you give a heart on, when you go to your filtered picks for who you want to see, if you go to like the ones that you hearted only, if you have like one per stage, you're gonna have to scroll all the way up and down just to find that artist, even if it's only one for that stage. If I'm explaining that bad, my bad. But what I'm trying to say is it's not worth to have to keep scrolling down if you only have one artist on that stage. It's pretty convenient when you have like maybe 6 artists in one stage, because then most of that page is only going to be filled up with one line.
So I imagine like it's not, their app is not nowhere near like kind of like the Insomniac app is as far as like lineups and set times.
Yeah, I'd say Tomorrowland for sure. They have some improvements to make on the app at least.
Yeah,
they got everything else down, but the app, I feel like it's a bit hard to distinguish. And but it's not their fault either, because they just have too many fucking stages.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, there's not talented artists. It's just that there's just too many to fucking look through. And it's for me at least with like OCD and shit, it's really hard
to
figure all that out.
That's why
sometimes I just eliminate an artist on the Insomniac app just because I'm not trying to scroll down the whole page.
Yeah, or like I'll be keeping a buck. Sometimes when the Tomorrowland lineup comes out, I don't even look at it, bro. It's just so many artists. I was like,
Yeah, I think the last 2 years I haven't really done like a top to bottom read.
Yeah,
I'm just like, most of them are gonna be the same.
Yeah, I do think it's cool. Like they do like 2 weekends out so you get double a chance to go.
It is cool, but I just wish you knew beforehand like what stage and artist per day per weekend.
They get most of the same artists, but sometimes there's like a little bit different. Like sometimes people just can't play that weekend.
Yeah, I think they change a lot. They keep a lot of the main stage acts except for like maybe the openers, the first 2 or 3. But as far as like the ones hosted by labels, they're different per weekend. That's the tough part, is I like some, there's some stages you really really want to see, but it would be nice to know beforehand which weekend that's going to be. But that's the difficult part about Tomorrowland in general, is even fucking getting a ticket.
Yeah.
So you got to just take what you get.
You have to jump through so many hoops just to hope to get the chance to buy one. Yeah.
I don't know if I've asked this before, but if you could create your festival, like what would you name it? Location, theme, what type of food would you want there? Like based around you though, not around what other people like. Kind of like the Miguel Festival. Like, so what type of theme calls your name right away?
What type of theme?
Yeah,
that's a good question. I've always liked, because they already do it so well. I've always really personally liked the Beyond theme, like of just like that.
The card shit.
Yeah,
okay.
I've always liked that theme. If you could change it to like maybe like an electric forest area, like some kind of like more foresty area or plains, and have that feature, because I think they could do a lot with that. Somewhere where you wouldn't really get like a bad chance of rain, like electric forest, where it'll have to get shut down because of harsh weather conditions. So somewhere like that, maybe Colorado or Ohio, somewhere in the Midwest, but during the summer, so you won't. So there's very little chance of rain. Well, not summer, like maybe like towards the end of summer. Somewhere around that, it'd probably be just a music festival of all kinds of stuff. Like I love when music festivals have all kinds of music.
Yeah,
something along the lines of that.
Well, for me personally, I do like a cornfield maze type thing. So I would want like a maze to enter, and then have it like Halloween themed all around. So cool. I would want it to be only one stage, and then I'd want it to be a big circle. But the only way to get in is through like cornfield mazes. And then so while you're in the inner circle, kind of like a pumpkin patch almost, like a circle like that is what I'm trying to explain. And you just have, different rides and shit. And then the stage, be horror themed. Like I want horror theme based everywhere. And then I think as far as lineup, my lineups are always going to change, so I'm not even going to be bothering with that.
Yeah.
But I need the fucking elotero man there. I for sure need I need some fucking, I was going to say, I want Korean corn dogs there. Ooh. Korean dogs with some fucking pizza, some bomb ass pizza though. None of that bunk ass festival pizza. Sorry.
You know what? Mostly, yeah, but there was specifically one time we were at EDC and there was a pizza stand right by the main stage, and they had really good pizza there for cheap. That was the one time we're like, damn, this pizza's bomb.
All right. What would you name it?
Ooh, Hangar 96.
I would name it Freddy vs. Jason. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll name mine Children of the Corn. There you go.
Damn, really?
Corn mazes?
I like corn mazes. I think the only time I've ever been one was when we went to the pumpkin patch over here off Ukaipa.
I want one that's scary though. That's like some fucking what was it, like finding bullshit? They had a list and you're supposed to find shit.
Like a scavenger hunt?
Yeah, scavenger hunt. That's what it was. Or you didn't do it that way?
No, I don't think I did.
Yeah. They give you a sheet and you're supposed to go find each thing and then you check it off or whatever. And then you're not allowed to leave till you fill it out. But fuck that shit. I never finish it.
Yeah.
I always leave like 1 or 2 missing. That shit's too hard. But all right, I guess I don't know. I think that's it. That's everything for this week. I don't know if you have anything else you want to touch on. If you guys, of course, it's been out for maybe 2 weeks now. N2O, go ahead and stream that thing.
Play
with our boy Kaku. Let's see, are we July? We're 2 months away from Nocturnal, so that's super exciting. Again, I'll include the ticket link in the description.
We just wrapped up this other one the other week. I mean, last week, and this one's pretty tight.
Songs?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we have like 3 songs though, but yeah, we did just wrap up a new one. It's a collab. We got a lot of ideas.
We have a lot of ideas to execute. We have ideas to finish that we have been that's been sent over. So like it's a very busy summer.
Yeah, for sure. So expect a lot more music, and I think we're gonna actually drop a new one this month. It's gonna be a remix, and I'm really excited for that one because we've been playing it out, and it's one of the classic songs. It's a remix. I think. Wait, I said that already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited to give you guys this new direction. I feel like it was very needed for this song. And yeah, I can't wait to give it out to y'all.
We just released a new Maple Alley vlog. It was for my birthday, which happened in March.
Oh, for real?
Not this month. But thank you to everyone that actually said happy birthday to me. I'll just take those as belated happy birthdays. It was a lot of fun recording it. Looking back on it now, I'm like, we probably should have cut it to maybe like to 3. It just felt really long. It was really long.
Well, honestly, like I feel that too, but a lot of people fuck with longer forms now.
Yeah.
They're like, I see so many people comment on other like vlogs or whatever, like, make it longer. We need longer videos. And I feel like that comes in waves where you want that though.
Yeah.
Sometimes you would just want like something cool, 10 minutes. 10 minutes is too short. I feel like 15, 20 is like a good hot spot. But once you go to like the hour range, I think it's only for like the committed supporters.
Yeah, I mean, but I had a lot a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was fucking dope. I'd want to play the game again. Just to play it again. Sometime later on in the year, just because it's a fun game to play.
Yeah. And then we got a new video coming out this week. It's gonna be the vlog of Johnny and Jonathan's party. The whole Western theme. I know we teased it on the Maple Alley Instagram.
Yeah.
So expect that this week, and yeah, we'll see y'all when we bring more content. We got the Dodgers game coming up. We got what else?
We got another game we're gonna play.
Oh yeah, another game we're gonna play. We won't spoil that idea yet.
Yeah,
because motherfuckers are gonna copy us, even though we kind of copied.
Yeah, we're gonna make it better though.
Yeah, we're gonna make it better and a full length, content. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm excited, and it's actually a collab too.
Yep.
And yeah. Follow us along. Follow us Maple Alley, Woof Web, Woof Logik, all that shit.
Yes.
And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.